Africa, we are known by for being the most praying people in the entire world, and yet we are the poorest people on earth. That is 100% true. And the reason being that our mineral resources are not benefiting us, are benefiting the Western countries. So it means that no matter how hard we can pray, nothing will change. The Africa, more than anything, the way I see it, it's like a play that is surrounded by the creators. So they track any achievement that is something that is moving forward. So and they demolish it or they create a chaos. Because of you will ask yourself why our great African leaders were killed. Anyone who's trying to go to change Africa, they got killed. The last 100 years, black people were slaves. Even now, black people are still slaves. So it looks like even in the next 400 years, black people might be slaves, but they go to church Monday to Monday, so they don't understand that time is a currency, and they must go to church once. And when there's a gathering of the small churches, they must after church they must do a networking whereby the church members are exchanging numbers with people that are doing the same thing that they are doing, so that we can be able to grow. Welcome to UBUNTU culture. Today, let's talk about Africa in general. If you want to see more videos, can go to my videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. In Africa, we are known by for being the most praying people in the entire world, and yet we are the poorest people on earth. That is 100% true. And the reason being that our mineral resources are not benefiting us, are benefiting the Western countries. So it means that no matter how hard we can pray, nothing will change to us. Even if we can pray 24/7, and even if we can go back to our own ways, because of us as black people are very strong, we are connected with nature. In the olden days, black people used to climb up the mountain, climb pulling as an aid, and they used to command the rain, and the rain used to rain the same day. So even if you can connect with those spirits, those strong spots that were connected, like in my home language, we call it Kamata. If you can connect, if you can be connected with Kamata, nothing will ever change up until they change the policies that so that we own what belongs to us. What I've realized is that they have now created the systems for us to keep praising for them. And I think the Africa, more than anything, the way I see it, it's like a play that is surrounded by the creators. So they track any achievement that is something that is moving forward. So and they demolish it or they create a chaos. Because of you will ask yourself why our great African leaders were killed. Anyone who's trying to go to change Africa, they got killed. So even now, at the current moment, the leaders like Ibrahim from Burkina Faso, it's one of the people that's the biggest threat to the Western countries. And the leaders like Julius Malema, they are the biggest threat to the Western countries. So these people, they have created systems so that we can keep praising for them and wanting to both their developed countries. And when we are in trouble in Africa, they come with the need and they are as if they are helping us while they are extracting our mineral resources. Doing even in South Africa, the South African Reserve Bank is not owned by the government, it's owned by the individual, it's privately owned, it's owned by the individual. So those and many other private companies that some of them are being privatized. So it means in this way we will never go anywhere in Africa if what's supposed to be owned by us as Africans, they are owned by the Western countries. Because of even if you check the land in South Africa, the land is still in white hands. So anything that is meant to grow or to stimulate us in our economy is not owned by us. And we will remember that in Africa, in the last 100 years, black people were slaves. Even now, black people are still slaves. So it looks like even in the next 400 years, black people might be a slave, but I have a solution. I think that things can change, but I'm gonna say at the end of this video, how things can change because of when you see these people are very strategic in a way that they even know how we behave in the next 20 years because of time to time they collect data and they do data analysis of analyzing us how we behave like they can maybe they can tell that in the next 20 years black people will be killing each other not that the way they are killing each other now and will be fighting for survival of the business, just fighting for food because of things the way they are moving. It's easy to tell. So those people they are very, very ahead of us. It's war. There is this Christianity that is heavily funded so that it can keep misleading us. Now we find that the men in our societies they are busy praying in churches instead of like the realities of this world because of our country is like it's like they are being taken but those people who are supposed to be fighting they are busy at church praying they pray to go to heaven so and now they've conditioned us to accept poverty because of where those people they are having a belief system that uh, they are going to heaven. So they have accepted poverty knowing that it's good to be poor, gonna go to heaven and whatsoever. And what I've realized is that the power that we have is working against us instead of working for us because of we are the largest group of people in Africa, but instead of uniting and using the power that we have to use the little that we have and support each other and grow, instead we are using our power against us. Because of you will find out that there's a lot of churches in Africa and those churches are not getting along, yet they are respecting the same group. And our church leaders, they don't have a vision. They like the NC leaders because of if you can ask one church leader that how when do you see your church in the next 5 years, that leader is likely to tell you that I see that my church is having a lot of people and more people when the Patalima because they make sure that uzibona yena nefamily yakhe behlala kwindawo ebhethele and driving the fancy car so it's about the individual angeke akanakekana mbono uba where they are going with these churches. Even in the ANC leaders, if you can ask them to separate the three leaders. One will tell you that you are trying to fix the country, one will tell you that you are busy meeting because of it seems like this is our last year that you are in power as like we are ruling as an ANC. So you can different stories, but they don't have the same vision. So if in our churches the church leaders can create some laws that says get laws that say those the uniform that you are wearing in church it must be by making tools of and by that way we will be creating something for one of our church members and everything that is a law. Every uniform that we are wearing in church is a uniform that will be designed by one of our those electricians and plumbers and our design, our they will be able to get their clients within a church because of we are the largest group of people, as I said, but we don't utilize the skills that we have by sisebenzele abantu esinabo. So, and the funding must come from the past and from the money that we are offering the church and from the offerings in time. And by so doing, I think we can stop praying for jobs once because we find out that it's one of the things that that are supposed to be benefiting us, but it's because of the lack of vision, as I said, because the Taliban needs anything is achievable. You can achieve anything that you want, but it's the lack of vision. Instead, they go to church Monday, so they don't understand that time is a currency, and they must go to church once. And when there's a gathering of the small churches, they must after church they must do a networking whereby the church members are exchanging numbers with people that are doing the same thing that they are doing so that we can be able to grow. And by so doing, I think that's how things can change for us as black people by uniting and doing things in a way that is benefiting us by using our unity. But our church leaders, they will never allow that. They will say that I believe that well because anything that is benefiting them or is meant to benefit them, they use the same Bible to say no. You take away I men don't. But if it's not benefiting them, they do it. So it's kind of like it's a indoctrination because of those people they see things different. As thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.